Badlands, running to Badlands. Explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Liberty Den. How's it going, guys? Brian, Ghost?
It's going well. Do we say Happy Valentine's Day if it's a bunch of dudes? I guess we could say it to the chat. So Happy Valentine's Day to the chat.
No, we can do it. Happy Valentine's Day, bros.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a confession to make. 3 months ago, I
know this is going already.
I gave birth to Elon Musk's baby.
And I knew you were going there.
Dude, that's the weirdest story. We'll get into that. I want to wait for Ash to be here, though, just because I'm assuming, the only one that's actually given birth to a baby. So I feel like we should have her involved. And I think we have another special
give birth to kids, too.
Okay, Brian. How about this? Let's get a quick word from our sponsor, and then by then Ash should be here, maybe, and we can talk about it. That story's wild, dude. Freaking wild.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Hey there, Badlanders. Do you love Badlands as much as you hate communism? Do you want patriotic apparel that's not made in China, but also won't make you look like a dork? Well, then we've got just the thing for you. Introducing an entirely new line of official Badlands gear made in partnership with the Culture Warriors at Rise Attire and Rise INTL. With 4 brand new collections of original artwork across a wide range of products to choose from. Spread the signal with deep-cut symbols from Devolution lore to the ghosts in the machine on the front lines of the Psy War. Wrap yourself in America the Beautiful with the warm tones and textures of Badlands National Park. To the eye of the storm in Mount Rushmore. This is premium quality streetwear, custom made to order from scratch just for you by the Patriots at our East Peoria, Illinois facility. Don't wait. Explore the entire store and order your new gear today at badlandsmedia.tv/rise. Represent Badlands boldly and proudly. This culture war ain't gonna win itself.
Awesome, guys. Get your Rise Attire merch. We'd appreciate it. And we always are thankful when you guys support our sponsors. But is this your first time on the Liberty Den, Chris?
No.
Chris, what's up, dude?
Come on.
Since it's been Badlands, I don't
know.
know.
A long time.
Since it's been Badlands.
3 years.
No, man, no.
I think so. I don't remember the last time you were on, but very grateful you're here to be persisting
All right.
the horrors with us.
I just wanted to make sure that I could do 5 hours of streams and still get more CanCon.
You did 5 hours of stream this already today?
Yeah, CanCon and I did 2 hours this morning. Then I did my show for 3 hours. And Brian, I'm sure, did his. Brian's on like 18 streams a day. So,
and he drinks wine.
I do drink wine.
Classy dude.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man.
Classy.
This morning on Daily, I did not take my mushrooms this morning, and I was fucking like out of it, man.
You're tweaking?
No, not tweaking. Like I just wasn't there. Like did you notice that, Chris? Like I just felt off today. Like
no, every time I watch, it seems like you're not there and a little off. So
pretty much true too.
What kind of mushrooms are you taking, bro? In the morning?
I don't know. They're one of our sponsors, Pet Club.
Do you microdose or do you macrodose?
Micro. I just put it in my coffee in the mornings. And this morning I woke up with no alarm. I woke up at 7:15 on my own. I forgot last night to take my phone out of my pants. And so it was like I woke up on my own. I was like, holy shit, what time is it? Jumped out of bed and was like, it's 7 o'clock. I'm okay.
Like I've never heard anybody say I didn't take my mushrooms this morning. Yeah. And I was out of it. I'm just like a little, I can't relate. I don't understand.
Dude, you got to try them, man. You got to try them. Like microdosing on mushrooms is amazing. It's amazing.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, 100%.
Wait. Okay. I think you're joking.
No, I'm being.
Are you actually taking psilocybin?
No. So it's not psilocybin. It's
well, then that's not microdosing mushrooms.
Yeah, no, it's like
lion's mane. Lion's mane. All right, that's bullshit.
It's like lion's mane, argakine. Like, it's like a whole bunch.
I thought you were talking psilocybin. I thought you were like,
I did too.
No. I've never done mushrooms. And
Then
I'm like,
you probably shouldn't say like I didn't take my mushrooms this morning and I fell down of it.
I think most people know, like when you microdose, do people microdose on
No.
psilocybin?
Yes, that's the only microdosing there is.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, then
Yes.
maybe there's psilocybin in it. I don't know. I take mushrooms. I didn't say microdosing at
Oh,
first. You guys said microdosing.
But you said mushrooms. That's what I think so.
Did this show just start?
Take another swig of wine.
This is how the Liberty End goes. I don't know if you've seen an episode in a while, but I can't. That's just so funny, Brian. We got it. I want Ash to be here, but we got to talk about the Elon Musk thing. That dude don't miss. Like
he's the
Is that
Antonio
true?
Cromartie of our time.
Is that actually true?
Antonio Cromartie.
Wow.
People from the Babylon Bee would never lie.
Milo called it 5 months ago.
Milo Yiannopoulos?
Yeah. He said back in September that she had a baby with Elon. We're talking about Ashley St. Clair.
Yeah.
Milo knows what's up.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But they were there's like a bunch of pictures together, and if you go back like 9.5 months from allegedly when she had the baby 5 months ago, Elon Musk and Ashley St. Clair were in Eagles past Texas together.
Wow.
So
probably the conception date.
Across the border.
Yeah. So I wonder if is that an anchor baby from Mexico? Could no.
Yeah, it's an Elon's an African American, so it's definitely an anchor baby for sure.
That's what he's doing.
Yep.
Damn.
Crazy. I'll pull up the post here. And by the way, I thought
genetic lottery.
What?
Hit the genetic lottery there. Well,
and actually hit the child support lottery. Holy shit.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I should have said.
Okay, here. This is the post. I thought this was hilarious too, because her reason for posting this is like, because of some unwarranted attention, I'm going to tell everybody about the baby I had with Elon Musk. 5 months ago, I welcomed a new baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father. I have not previously disclosed this to protect our child's privacy and safety, but in recent days, it has become clear that tabloid media intends to do so, regardless of the harm it will cause. I intend to allow our child to grow in a normal and safe environment. For that reason, I ask that the media honor our child's privacy and refrain from invasive reporting.
Oh, yeah, they'll do that. Every time you ask, they always do it.
Yeah, especially when you disclose it publicly in front of 6.6 million views so far. Unbelievable.
Back before Elon was in government, or even like in Twitter, just back in LA days in the before times, man, chicks were going for that status right there.
Like, what do you mean when you say that?
Didn't Burning Bright make a joke a few weeks ago on one of y'all shows where he said, yeah, it was when y'all did Iron Man on Story Hour, and Burning Bright made the joke. He's like, yeah, the big difference between Tony Stark and Elon is that Elon doesn't get chicks like Tony Stark. And you said, oh no.
What?
You said, no, absolutely not. Elon does get chicks like Tony Stark.
Burning Bright said that? For real?
Yes.
Need a clip of that.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Oh, there's Ash.
So you should tell your story. What do you mean by that? Like, obviously it's the wealth. He's just, everybody wants him.
Yeah, man. Yes. Like getting pregnant by a billionaire is big business in Los Angeles.
Ash, do you find billions of dollars to be sexually attractive? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think everybody does. But I think we now know what it takes to get 1 million followers on X.
Right? I wonder what her monetization is ever since she had the baby. I wonder if
that'd be a great way to launder child support.
I was going to say, I was just going to use that word, launder child support.
When did she have the baby again?
5 months ago, is what he said.
September.
Mazel tov.
Because sometimes she posts her payouts.
There it is, right there.
This is April.
John can find anything out in about 3 seconds.
Yeah, he's like the human perplexity.
October. Look at her raised in October. This would have been after the baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
after.
Like right, yeah.
$6,000 every 2 week raise. I mean, that doesn't seem like much for a having Elon Musk baby.
Well, if Milo outed her in September, she might have went viral and gotten a lot of attention in that time.
That's crazy.
That's nuts, man. Remember when she was doing like the Ron stuff with the heels, like making fun of him? Do you guys remember that? She had like these like knee-high boots.
No, that was Chris Paul making memes about Ron wearing knee-high boots.
No. She did a video too, and like got a lot of shit
Great
for it,
season.
and she doubled down on it. Yeah, that was. And by the way, to what Chris was saying about like celebrities and all that shit. Like I know, football players and basketball players that like after they hook up with a woman, they will go and make sure that the condom gets like flushed because they'll go and fetch it out of the garbage can and take what's inside of it and keep it. And like it is actually like a legit thing that they'll do to try and get knocked up by somebody that's worth millions of dollars.
Big
Who
business.
does this, and how did you find out about that?
I know some friends that are were football players, and they would tell stories that like none of them actually did it, but their friends would tell them about this kind of shit. That Tyreek Hill had 6 kids last season. That dude like
In
has
one season, that's got to be a record.
he's got like he's
can't
trying
be
to
true.
start his own football team. Oh yeah, dude, he's got like 15 kids.
He's like the Megatron of having kids.
Yeah, but Antonio Cromartie, man, you remember Cromartie like 15 years
Yes.
ago? Yeah,
That video is still one of the most classic videos that has ever existed online.
Yeah, so Antonio Cromartie played for the Jets, and when the Jets were on Hard Knocks, which is like the HBO show, this is like 2009. He like can't remember all the names of all his kids.
Seriously?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's great. Here you go. Hold on.
Oh, here I got it.
Phillip Rivers
Got
has
it,
like
John?
9 kids.
I think so. This.
Yeah, that's
it.
When you're on the football field, you have to turn, all the aggression on. But as soon as you leave and get home, you got to be that father figure, that husband. Well, what's wrong with your hair? What is going on with your hair? I got Alonzo, who is 5. I have Karis, who is 3. I have my junior, which is 3. I have my daughter who just turned 3 as of yesterday. I have another son named Tyler. He turns 3 in December. I got another daughter that was born October 16th named London. Another daughter that was born named Leilani, who's 2 years old. And I have my newborn with my wife. Her name is Jersey.
Damn.
Maybe we should have spent $50 million on condoms for the NFL. But he has 14 kids. Tyreek Hill only has 7 total.
Yeah.
Elon Musk now has 13 with 4 different women.
And Cromartie, I believe, like the big joke was, I believe he actually did get a vasectomy and still kept having kids after the vasectomy.
Oh, no way.
That's amazing.
Swimmers.
Yeah.
Does Elon really have 13?
Yeah, apparently. I'm
That
pretty sure.
is
I'm
the
pretty
most-
sure before this announcement, I think he had 12. I want to say that was the unofficial. I don't know if that's real, but
It might be 14 women. Well, this was.
Can we get Cam Cooksey to give us a ruling on whether or not that's the most African American thing that Elon Musk has done? I think he's going to say yes.
Are we
I
not
think
allowed to make that
definitely
ruling
say
since we have an African American friend?
I think that is.
I think you have to
13.
defer to the friend.
Okay. So Elon Musk has welcomed 13 children over a 20-year span. I don't know if this counts.
This could be 14 then.
Oh, yeah. Right now, it just said 13th child. February 2025, author Ashley St. Clair revealed. She's an author? What does she write?
I think she writes for Post Millennial.
Brave Books on the banner on her like Twitter
Oh, that's
feed.
right.
Yeah, it's like a headline from a newspaper about her book.
But Brave Books, isn't that like the children's book publisher that did Cash's book?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's right.
Is Ash here or no? Did her whole computer freeze?
Yeah, she's here.
Am I frozen?
No, you
I was
just
looking up her book, Elephants Are Not Birds by Ashley Sinclair and
accurate.
Brave Books.
Was it like a book on trans stuff?
Oh.
Anti-trans kids
Dude,
stuff?
the trans content is such a moneymaker, man. It's very cash liquid.
Yeah, no kidding. Did you see a judge blocked Trump's anti-trans ruling?
Yeah.
Like he basically just came out, an hour ago or something, and said that his ruling on kids being mutilated and doing transgender surgeries will likely not pass in court or whatever. So he issued a restraining order.
Issued a restraining order against the guy who's trying to restrain people from cutting off kids' genitals. I gotcha.
Yep.
Elephants Are Not Birds is an unapologetic rebuke of transgender acceptance and the growing number of young people identifying as trans, says author Ashley St. Clair. She's like 25.
Damn.
Judge blocks Trump's ban on chemical and surgical mutilation of children. Yeah, I literally had no idea that she was an author, though, Ash. I've only ever seen her engaging with. I don't even know if I can say sucking Elon's dick on Twitter because she was doing that off Twitter as well.
There are plenty of guys on Twitter who do that too. So just to be clear.
What a weird timeline we're on. What a weird week.
I mean, Elon said this was going to be a very entertaining timeline, and he did not disappoint.
No, he did not.
Put Chris's screen up.
What is that?
Such a good season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That picture always accompanied "I'm a little alligator."
I'm a little alligator. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Was it true that? Go ahead.
Well, and this is because when he went to one of the hurricane sites, Chris, right? Didn't he wear like giant white boots, like ridiculous looking boots?
I think that this was before that. I have that one too. I'll find that one. That one always came accompanied with "I'm a little storm chaser."
Oh my gosh. Wasn't it?
What
Was
is
it?
wrong?
Days, man.
Is the rumors true that he was in line to be sec def if Hegseth didn't get through?
That
So I
was
heard that.
definitely a rumor that was published.
I think I saw Bannon talking about that. Is this the picture, Chris?
That so great. Oh, it's so great. Oh,
I mean,
here's the little storm chaser.
Who told him that was a good idea?
Well, probably his wife, and or he's so compromised that he had to do whatever he was told all the time.
Whoever it was deserves a medal.
Yeah.
Here's "I'm a little storm chaser." Hold on. Hold for processing.
They were
Gosh,
like,
man.
you definitely should wear the white ones and not the black ones. Wear the white ones.
Gosh.
White boots, I feel like, are always a bad idea. Like from a fashion standpoint, always a bad idea.
How big is your DeSantis folder, Chris?
Oh man, it's pretty good. I wonder if I have my access to my media assets. I don't know. These are only yours. Boring.
Boring. I have the best media.
No, yours are great. I just want mine.
You can start adding them in if you want. You have access, don't you?
I know, but you've got like 17,000 files in this.
I should probably start retiring some of the Biden memes. So I don't use them all.
know, and they're pretty great.
That makes me kind of sad to hear that, but
I know.
Don't.
Good timing, whoever did that. Must have been Ash.
Chris, have you seen Zach Payne's glamour shot?
What?
Oh, here. You're gonna love this.
Well, show him the original. Show him the picture.
Oh my
first.
gosh, have you really not seen this?
You've never seen this.
This was this our New Year's Eve coverage?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We were showing pictures from like back in the day, and this was his legit picture that he took.
I got worse pictures than that.
Oh, bottle Chris's initial face before he recovered.
Well, I've never had worse sideburns than that.
Then we had some AI magic done to them.
Wow.
Where's the one with the audio?
None of them have audio.
I thought they had audio.
Stop messing with my shit. Oh, so good.
That's spectacular.
So damn good. But Chris, if you have worse, I want to see it.
Yeah, me too.
I actually
promise I
don't
won't
have
show
them. I just
anybody.
know I've taken them.
Okay.
I used to have pictures on Facebook and Instagram and all that, but once you get your social media wiped,
I know.
if you don't have that stuff saved, it's gone.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, it's somewhere deep in like an NSA server somewhere. But
Oh
yes.
yeah, it'll come back as soon as I get if I ever get more prominent publicly. Oh yeah, it'll all come back.
And you run for office.
Right.
Do you think you'll run for office, Chris?
Well, I don't think elections are ever going to get fixed, so no.
Trump mentioned the other day that he I just saw this tonight. He's going to look at do the ballot stuff, single day voting.
Yeah.
Paper
You don't
ballot.
think they're going to get fixed?
Well, no, I don't. Well, I mean, I'm totally down to talk about this. I think maybe there's just a future that we don't have elections.
What does
And
that look like?
And that decisions are made some other way. Well, I don't know. I mean, if we have, so I know that kind of the way we all get taught these things, democracy is like the fairest system, but it could never work because direct democracy would allow, we get told that stupid people who don't know anything about issues would be making the decisions. But right now we have stupid people who don't know anything about issues making decisions, and they're all corrupt and bought off. So I don't know if we had a blockchain future, and I don't want to talk about the tech part, but just if everybody could weigh in, would we have a fairer future that way? Like, do we need these representatives to go represent us in Washington when they don't represent us? I don't know.
So
That's
major
interesting.
democracy, but with an unimpeachable system through technology like blockchain potentially.
Yeah, and a very limited number of things that government could actually weigh in on in people's lives. And you would then like have a group of people making decisions that way in your HOA and then your town and then your county and, ultimately maybe your state. And then at that point, if we had to have people go represent in a government, maybe that would work. I don't know.
Yeah, like
The system now it's not.
localizing government, and then so the government has a much smaller footprint. Like its geographic footprint is very small. So so its impact is much more minimal.
If you think about government the way that the founders actually set it up, that would be such a much better system. And we don't have that at all.
Yeah, but what you're saying wouldn't be that either.
It would be potentially closer to that if there could be things that we would weigh in on in like a ongoing basis. And then if there were representatives to the federal government or something, I don't know. I try to think about hybrid systems or whatever.
Mhm.
What I was saying a second ago is not that hybrid system that I was just describing. But
Last night, Ash was texting me about the whole Anna Paulina Luna bullshit that she's pulling this week, and it had me looking into Congress. I was back reading the first congressional record that I could find, like back in 1870 something. They would only go there for like 5 months. They'd be there for 5 months.
yeah,
The shit they were doing was so much different. Like they were actually voting on single issue bills and passing single issue stuff. And somewhere along the line that got totally perverted and changed. That they're so bored in Washington, D.C., they need to make up fake committees to do stuff they can't even do. And I don't know, like that, something where they only go there a couple months of the year, like our local legislatures do. That's what we need nationally as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, so I like the idea that we're on the path back to constitutional government. I'm not, so I think like a more voluntarist society can work on a very local level, but I do think that there are things, at least in the transition period, that require representative government at levels outside of the most local level. I like the original Constitution. I think it's right. I think that's why so many forces have been working to erode its power and change it over time. And I like being on the path back to that originalist doctrine. In that, we have 3 separate and co-equal branches of government, and each of them has a constitutional purpose. Now, right now, they're all operating outside of it. I think putting them back in those boxes, and then we have the majority of the power. The people have the majority of the power, and you'll have a bunch of incubators at, the state level, the community level, to try different things. That's the intent and the design, and I like it. I can see movement of getting us back that way. I think you have to blow up a lot of the precedent, a lot of the things that are norms, like congressional committees. Because when John and I were talking about this, I learned for the first time that there's actually no explicit investigative authority in the Constitution for the legislature. It's all implied and then over time enshrined through precedent, and it becomes standards and norms. But when you go back to the original intent, they're doing a whole bunch of shit they're not supposed to do. And it's all because they're going to keep us safe or something. Like, what?
They do it under the guise that they need to have these hearings and whatnot in order to determine how they can write legislation to correct this. And that's what they do with everything. So whenever Hunter Biden was being hauled in to talk about the laptop, or, any of the IRS whistleblowers, how can we use this? And it never turned into that. I mean, obviously it turned into who can get the 5-minute soundbite that's going to get the most hits on Twitter. And it's all an absolute fucking joke, period.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys 100% on that. As far as Ash, to your point that you were talking about earlier, if you ever watched that documentary, The Swamp, the one with Matt Gaetz and unfortunately Ken Buck and Thomas Massey and all them, they attributed the issue with
Ken Buck is The Swamp.
Oh, I know. Trust me. But they attribute that issue to Gingrich as speaker, where they could come in and go home on the weekends. And the one downside that they mention in The Swamp is that when they go home, it's a perpetual campaign. So they're just out there fundraising constantly, and nobody actually gives a shit about getting stuff done anymore.
That all makes me think. I was watching earlier today the Tucker Carlson interviewed Alaouid bin Talal like 10 days ago. Bizarre.
You just saw that now, though?
I just saw that now. Like, I had no idea that happened. I don't really follow Tucker that closely. And
Wait, Tucker did what? I missed it.
You follow the Mohammed bin family closer than anybody I know.
Yeah, I know. But I totally missed that Tucker interviewed bin Talal, and that's just a bizarre interview that he did. But in the interview, they were talking about democracy, and they were talking about republics, and bin Talal was laughing because he was like, yeah, like all the republics in my neck of the woods are all literally dumpster fires, and all the monarchies are actually on the up and up and trending upwards and doing really well and prospering, and all the republics are kind of like shit shows right now, including Israel, including Iran, including all these other places. So
Can somebody explain the significance of the congressional record? Because I've heard that excuse a lot this week. It's like, we need it on the record with Congress, so that way we can crime it, and the DOJ can go after them.
I don't think it's so the DOJ can go after them, but I do think the record is important. So when we go back, think about the 14th Amendment thing that we went through with Jenna Griswold and President Trump, right? When we go back and look at, you can read the 14th Amendment, but you can also go back and you can look at the record of debates and the things that were submitted, the evidence that was submitted to reinforce the intent of the 14th Amendment at the time. And this is going to come into focus with the birthright citizenship thing, because the debates around the 14th Amendment say that the founders, the crafters of the 14th Amendment, didn't intend for it to apply to aliens and people that were not citizens effectively. And so we can go back and look at that. And that becomes important when you're in the appellate courts and the Supreme Courts, and to an extent the district courts, because they have to, in the appellate levels, look at the intent of the law. And it's not just the words in the law. It turns on what was the intent of the people that crafted that specific law. So the record, as it pertains to that, it is very important. Now, is it super important for D-class? I don't know, but it is important from a historical standpoint.
Yeah, I understand the congressional debate, like to see what people were saying on both sides of it for a bill, but that's not a good enough excuse for the public D-class. Like, it's going to be public online, probably through NARA. Like, we're probably going to go to a government website to get access to it, but then they're also like, but it's going to be in the congressional record. And Chris, you have something pulled up here. Do you want to play this?
Yeah, it's pretty dumb, but I think of it almost every time I hear the name Anna Paulina Luna. And so this is Eddie Murphy from Saturday Night Live doing the character Buckwheat from, what was that show called?
Little Rascals.
Yeah, Little Rascals. Yeah. So it's Buckwheat all grown up doing his like album. And Eddie Murphy used to be great.
That's pretty good.
So Una Panuna Banca is what I think of every time I hear Anna Paulina Luna.
Thank you. I was trying to figure out how that was relevant.
I know. It's crazy. I said
great.
that to John the other night when they were talking about her on DPH, and I was like, God damn it, he's not going to play it.
I didn't even catch the reference. I was like, yeah, what is this? And we were past it at that point.
Yeah.
The chat got mad at us for questioning the plan, so we moved on.
I know. It's terrible when you're not trusting the plan hard enough.
I know. It's honestly insane, but whatever.
I mean, it's hard when you don't know what the plan is.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
You just trust it. You blindly trust something that nobody has any idea what's involved.
Hey, if it works for faith in God, well, you got to also apply it to faith in some worldly plan that appeared on the internet.
I'm just watching the chat waiting for people to get mad again. Oh, so fun. Yeah, there's a couple. John does not trust the plan.
How dare you not trust the plan?
Whatever. But yeah, what else should we talk about?
How about that post that Gordon put up about the real estate in Virginia?
Oh, dude, yes.
That's fucking
Ash,
nuts,
Ash.
bro.
We talked about this the other day when we were covering the press brief. But I was like, I bet you that the real estate market, like, what are these people going to do? Like, everyone's going to leave DC because there's no jobs in DC anymore, right?
So a good chunk of that real estate could be bought up by people that are moving for the new administration, right? It's completely turned over. You're going to get, a whole bunch of new staff and everything. Except, what if Trump moves a whole bunch of agencies out of DC and the demand just plummets in the area? Most of those homes that's a lot of homes we're looking at. Most of them are like close to or over $1 million if you zoom in.
Like 3.5 million, like 3.5 million minimum.
I love the idea that demand collapses out from under it and they all get fucked. I'm not gonna lie.
That looks like the swamp has a rash. Yeah, you go to the doctor for that. You know what's funny is everybody always talks about like getting a compound together, and I feel like maybe now is the time. Like, all MAGA supporters can just head to DC and take this whole place over.
I think we wait a little bit because that's some pretty steep prices.
Yeah,
wait for these prices to bottom out.
But I'm confused. Like, is this actually abnormal? Because I honestly feel like I could do this in Bismarck and it would look fairly similar to the number of houses like just on average for sale in the area. And there's way more people in Washington, D.C.
Maybe. So the top left says 500 of 14,825 homes.
Oh, yeah. I see that now.
So is that how many are for sale is 500, or is that showing that it's only showing 500 out of 14,000 that are for sale?
Yeah, it must be showing 500 of them. So it should look a lot worse even.
Yeah,
because I was looking at another one that Gordon had posted.
that was
that
more
had, like,
zoomed in. It was more
Yeah.
zoomed in, and it was much more dense. It was like
Yeah.
every other house seemed like it was for sale.
Well, according to the Washington D.C. Zillow, I'll share this. As of January 31st, 2025, there was. You guys seen this number too? 2,100.
Yeah, but January 31st wouldn't be the day though, because the real bloodbath didn't start until like February, probably like 10th.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like as of on January 31st, there was only 2,100 homes for sale, and now according to that thing up there, there's
People were definitely getting fired though. Like January 21st, they were definitely firing. So that happened. 'Cause remember, Trump did the sword dance, and then the next day, like 1,000 people got fired. So there were definitely layoffs happening. It just wasn't the
I hope
blood.
history captures it that way.
Yeah.
Nessun Dorma playing while Trump is doing the sword dance and everybody fleeing DC, and it's just like Sum of All Fears, but in Trump's second term. Fuck yeah.
Cam Cooksey's in the chat. He says if you zoom in, each one of those red dots is actually multiple homes for sale. So he said that it gets worse if you zoom in.
Well, that's a screenshot from
That's a
Amuse, so I don't
picture.
think you can actually zoom in and interact with it. You'd have to actually go to the website.
Is
Yeah,
it
dude,
doing that
archived?
right now.
Zillow. I think it's from Zillow. You could just go to a live Zillow page and see it.
Yeah, here's Zillow. Let's remove the boundary.
Yeah, and that's DC. That's DC proper. That's not even Northern Virginia. That's DC proper. So
John, on the right under real estate homes for sale, there's a results tab. 4,000 results, 800 results now. You see where it says that
Yep.
on the right?
Okay, we'll go about there. 11,000. Wow.
Is it archived? So we can see if there was like a jump.
Let me look. That's a good question.
It's weird. You got to figure there's probably so many resources and amenities in all of those areas, but also each home comes equipped with like a full bugging throughout all of your walls and vents and lights and everything.
yeah,
That's
Your
a lot of
ass
homes,
is
though.
fully tracked.
Well, it is anyway. Let's be real.
That's true.
Everybody with a phone could be tracked at any moment if they wanted it to. Yeah, it's a lot of home, guys. I wonder if there's any compounds. How many beds would that be? 5+ for sure. This would probably do well for a Badlands compound.
Wow, look at that.
yeah. See, that's probably like an ambassador's residence or something,
You know what you got to buy is one of those abandoned colleges.
dude.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Here,
There was like an
I'll show
abandoned
you.
town, wasn't there, in like Montana or something?
Badlands, U, baby. UAB, University of Badlands.
Here, John.
Share screen, bro.
Share my
I
screen.
really
I'll
want
sh-
Treehouse Studios, and I don't see good Treehouse
Dude,
trees. So
You'll recall that we talked about this guy on your show the other day. Remember this guy, Aluteba?
Vaguely. Oh, wasn't he like the most?
Most charming man.
The most charming man in Washington. This article is from 2012 Huffington Post. Here's his house. This guy is the UAE ambassador, oil money. Check out his house.
Jeez.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's Ash. You remember when you were down here and I showed you my in-laws' neighbor's house?
yeah,
They would commit suicide if they had a house like that. This place is fucking insane. And the guy all of his money comes from Obama phones.
What?
Yeah.
didn't you tell me? I don't want to like speak out of turn. Didn't you say something happened to them?
Yeah. So he was indicted by the DOJ for fuck, what was it? It was fraud of some sort. He defrauded the government of like, I want to say $300 million.
Not the Obama phone guy. No way.
Yeah. He owned the company was called Q-Link Wireless. And he's a real dick.
It's a beautiful property, though.
It's a beautiful. He's got so the main. There's like 6 houses on the property, and the main house looks like a fucking like convention center. It's massive, massive. And then all the other houses are like, they make my house look like the master bedroom in the house. That's how big these houses are. The guy's it's absolutely insane. I think he spent over $500 million developing the property. And then we find out he gets indicted by the DOJ. And I was going to write it up, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. You don't want to shit where you live. So, but he also killed somebody. He also ran somebody over. And he ran somebody over and never did any prison time for it.
We can get an entire look at 1.7 million too. It's a QCOM.
Sign that we need to buy it.
Wait, that's kind of crazy in Montana, though, right? I mean, isn't Montana where all the city slickers go to get away from it all?
I mean, it has a church, and John, you're a pastor now.
Yeah.
So
Reverend.
Reverend. Father John.
Catholic?
Father John. What?
Aren't you Catholic?
Yes.
Are you celibate
Not
now?
today, Brian.
Depends on the day. That's a personal question.
Look, you could sell rainfall right out of that. General store.
Holy shit. Can you imagine Patrick Gunnels as like a prospector with his prospector hat on, selling rainfall out of that store?
I like it. It's got everything. It's got everything we need.
Yeah, this is a very bad land.
Deadwood every day.
Oh, dude, that's fucking sick.
We're gonna need a lot more Keith O'Higgins $1 Rumble rants though if we're gonna pull this off.
Whoa.
How big is the property?
Concrete floors. Let's see.
That stress crack kind of
41 acres. You just scrolled past it.
Well, did I?
Yeah.
It's got to be at the top too.
I don't know if I could live in Montana. I'm sorry, guys.
21 acres is.
He used a chainsaw.
Oh, because it's
20 degrees below zero. Yeah, fuck that.
Okay.
Yeah, Brian complains when it's like 65 degrees outside.
65 and I'm fucking freezing my ass off. So -20. Yeah, right.
We'll build you a big fire.
Brian,
Bro,
you're right.
I'll jump
right.
in the
It's a
fire.
gas fire pit.
I will
41
stand in
acres.
the
Okay,
middle
it's
of
not.
the fire.
That's better than 21, but
Okay, well, you guys find a town then if this isn't sufficient for you.
I like it.
I'll keep looking. I know there's more. I could have swore there's one in California too.
That's the one.
You like
Oh
go
wait,
back.
John, I know what you're talking about. It's
Definitely
like it's in northern between central and northern California. I gotta find that. You're right.
Okay.
I remember that.
I heard there's a lot of
this.
property in LA right now.
Is there?
It's a little waterlogged.
that's a crazy story.
Yeah, but isn't that what happens though? Like they have a season of fires and they have a season of rain and it gets wet everywhere. Like isn't that nature?
I mean, I don't believe any of that shit now. Like in terms of flooding, first of all, I've seen terrible, terrible rains there and mudslides and houses like washed down the hill. And that was like 20 years ago. But when they do the flooding and stuff, there's like virtually no drainage in that city. And every time I see flooding in a city, all I can think is, oh, there's a button that allows them to just close those drains, right? And anytime that it's possible for them to have done it, I just assume it's them.
So you realize if we bought the one that's on the screen, we could be the Goonies, right?
Fuck
I
yes.
do love the Goonies.
I love the Goonies.
Isn't this a little ways away from Astoria?
So long Astoria.
It's in the same
Down
state.
the map to bury treasure.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh
to
yeah, because that movie takes place in Oregon, doesn't it?
Astoria.
Hence the comment from Ash.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So this is
Welcome
the
to the
one-
conversation, Ghost.
Thank you.
California. This one
Happy
actually
to be
looks
here.
like a town. This one has a golf course and tennis courts.
Let's go. I'm in.
Man, there's websites devoted to entire towns for sale.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work? Is the entire town abandoned, or like, do you buy it and the people come with it, or?
I own you guys now.
You are not allowed to buy people.
Well,
John,
actually, right now I think
that.
you are, but hopefully in the future you won't be able to.
Back to the 14th Amendment.
man.
It's just an interesting concept. Apologies, Cam Cooksey, for saying
Well,
If
Okay,
Badlands
so-
are the Goonies, who is Chunk? I like
What?
that question. Bay Theater Dave asked if Badlands is the Goonies, who's Chunk?
that.
Probably Patrick. No,
Uh,
Patrick is Sloth.
Patrick is mouth. Well,
Yeah, Patrick's
yeah.
Data. He's
We've
got
got-
all.
we've-
He's
we
always
have a
got
bunch of
gadgets and
mouths,
stuff
I
on him.
think.
Yeah, we have a lot of mouths. But Patrick is Data, the guy, the little Asian kid who's always like doing new stuff, new products, new weird things.
Okay, that works. I can go with that.
Yeah. That's interesting. Who's Chunk? That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. He talks a lot. He's always got
he's
stories.
clumsy.
We all
Clumsy
talk a lot.
Stories.
Breaks
What
over
we
things.
do.
How about
Yeah, I don't-
Campo, California? And man, the other link I sent through, look at the names of these towns, especially the first one.
Oh, you're sending links through?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now too.
Okay.
I would for real take any of these towns.
Yeah, this is the one I have on the screen right here. Campo.
I mean, there's a town in North Carolina that sounds pretty good to me.
I could do
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Mm,
That doesn't look like a town. That looks like a.
Chat says Alpha's Chunk.
The only thing you have to know about
Oh,
North
yeah.
Carolina though is that Eastern North Carolina, like the soil is pretty much just like 85% pig shit. But as long as you're cool with that,
What?
yeah, dude. There's documentaries about that, bro.
In Eastern North Carolina?
There are so many pigs, there's so many hog farms in North Carolina that like Eastern North Carolina is like mostly just pig shit.
Yeah, but outside of I lived in Eastern North Carolina.
I know. I'm being a little facetious, but just look it up. Look it up. It's crazy.
Well, we did go and do a DMOC class, deployment medicine class, where we were on a pig farm and had to keep the pigs alive when they
Hell or Hell, Michigan.
I got my passport stamped in Hell. There's a place in I think it's like one of the islands in the Caribbean, the Western Caribbean, and it's called Hell. And you can actually go there and get your passport stamped.
I've been there.
As Hell.
Yep.
Dude, this one's only
Sweat.
$250,000.
What? Let's
Yeah,
move there.
It's haunted, but
That's fine.
Allegedly.
It's a ghost.
Maybe you
It
could
can't
buy
hurt.
off the ghosts. I
We
mean,
got the
the whole town is
It's
only
Henry.
250. I mean,
Bro,
this
we-
10 acres is $100,000.
10 acres is not a town.
Well, look at the building. That's a town building.
It's a gas station with
Looks
no
very
gas.
towny.
Lobo. Wolf.
If it's got
like
a gas
Lupo-
station, you got to call it a
Lupo,
town.
but that's Lupo, but Spanish.
Yeah, this one's promising. Silverton.
That's
It's like
badass.
Deadwood.
Yeah, that's badass.
But I think this is like it. Well, I guess there's buildings behind it.
That's all we need, dude.
That's really
21
all you need.
acres. Okay, but we have how many people are coming? Because we got to think building stuff out.
Well, that blue one can be the hotel. Then we can, buy the property around to have our own little houses.
The only thing that makes me nervous about that one is that I feel like you don't have the high ground, so you're likely to get ambushed. Like those plateaus up there, you might get ambushed. So
Well, you can't build on the plateau.
you gotta be
Well, I
thinking
guess you
about that
could.
kind of stuff, though.
Ooh, Wilcox, Arizona.
Oh, Arizona, that actually does sound pretty lovely.
Oh, that's only three.
No, Arizona
acres.
sucks.
it?
Arizona fucking sucks.
I think I'm just thinking more of like Scottsdale, but
Scottsdale's beautiful, except in the summer when it's 140 degrees. But it's a dry heat. It doesn't bother you. Yeah, bullshit.
Oh, that one's sold. Prairie, Montana. How many acres does the government own?
like
All of
a bazillion. Yeah.
That's what Trump should do. He should just like divvy up the available acreage that the government owns and give everybody in the United States an acre or two. Or
he's
three.
sort of doing that with the freedom cities, right? He's taking some of that federal land and then he wants to develop cities, or at least this is what he said back a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
What's funny?
650 million acres.
Wow. How many do foreign governments own?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And then how many do Fortune 500 companies own? Because if you take those three things, pull it up, And then you can either have like an acre or get like 20 grand or something instead, because not everybody's going to want a random acre. But if we could get those acres and pool it together, that's where we build. That's how we do it.
Foreign investors own 45.85 million acres. What was the other one?
Jeez.
Companies?
Fortune 500 companies. Wait, so the 650 plus 45, we're almost to 700. Did you say 700 million acres?
It was 650 for the federal government, 45.85. So we can say 46 for foreign governments.
Okay, so we can just round up to 700 million so far by government entities, foreign and domestic.
Don't get a straight answer on corporations.
That Johnsonville house looks definitely like a haunted house, so I'm out on Connecticut.
But you're a ghost.
Stuck there.
That is true. That also looks like a scary forest. Out on that one. That looks like a haunted forest.
This is the one that's the Goonies. Have you ever been to Oregon? It's awesome up there.
I've never been to Oregon now, but it does look very beautiful. And
this is the one on the river here. Look at that.
That looks badass. Is that Oregon?
That's Tiller. That's the one we
just really good trees for
I might be back in on that one actually.
Yeah, I'm in.
257 acres. It doesn't have a price. So that is concerning.
We got to say politics in Oregon, though.
What was that, Chris?
Doesn't it say the price like in the caption right there?
350,000.
I was looking at a different. I was looking at this screen.
Oh,
not this one. So
3.5 million base.
So they're selling the school building separate from the rest of the town. So you could have everything but the school building. School building's going to cost you extra.
Yeah, we can probably negotiate a little bit off of that.
Yeah,
deal, baby.
We're not going to need a school building because there's no longer going to be a Department of Education anyway.
We still have to educate the children. We don't need the Department of Education, but
we'll do it at the town theater instead. We got options.
Is there a town theater?
We're obviously building a town theater.
Inside the school.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is crazy. I can't believe they sell whole towns. Okay, this is
population
one.
That's not a town.
That is the most based thing I've ever heard.
Like the guy who put the sign up, it's like that's the population.
He's the mayor, the sheriff, the school board commissioner, the janitor, the lawn guy.
Did you guys ever hear about the story of the Republic of Molossia or whatever? Like the sovereign nation in the United States?
What?
No.
I know Family Guy did an episode on that.
This is different from the Republic of Chad that popped up in Seattle, right?
Yes.
Chaz.
Yeah. Chaz. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first I'll show you that it's a real thing. They claim sovereignty over 11 acres in Nevada.
Look at this guy.
Yes.
Wow.
I got
That's
a video.
how you dress if you're a hero.
Yeah.
If you're a hero.
Molossia is an independent sovereign country which is located within and fully surrounded by the United States. We are a micronation, which means it's a self-declared country. It also means that it's not recognized as sovereign by other nations, but we have everything that a nation needs. We have our own flag and stamps and currency and laws and customs. Pretty much everything a country has, we have right here in the Republic of Molossia.
That's my hero. I'm declaring my own athlete here.
Hi, my name is President Kevin Baugh of the Republic of Molossia. Molossia is a dictatorship, and I am the dictator. I'm the ruler of the nation. I work very closely with my First Lady. We do not have a democratic form of government. There's no elections. There's no political parties, but no one's really complained so far. Molossia's population is 35 now. All Molossian citizens are members of our family. All of our dogs are also Molossian citizens. What are you doing, buddy? Everyone say hi to the dog. And we have one cat. The cats are always kind of questionable where their loyalty lies. It's rare that you go to a country and have the president stamp your passport. There you go. There you go. All right.
Like I will listen to the whole 5 minutes of this if you guys want to.
Yeah. I mean,
Can we ask him if we can do a GART there?
That would be badass.
I can't believe that guy's stamping people's passports. This is amazing.
Can we do a GART there, please?
I hope they get into this. Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see if they talk about it because it's really funny. There's one aspect of this thing, so I'm gonna keep playing.
Fred, our customs guy, he is one of our dedicated civil servants. All of our civil servants here in Molossia are managed.
Their civil servants are just like ours.
They don't take breaks or go on strike. They are not necessarily citizens because they're not alive, but they do serve the purpose to fill in all of our various governmental roles. This is Molossia's Heroes Monument, dedicated to the heroes of our nation, including, of course, me. We are big believers in holidays here in Molossia. Our main holiday is Founders Day, which is on the 26th of May every year, and that is the anniversary of the founding of our nation back in 1977.
My fellow Molossians, greetings.
Here it is.
I come before you today with a proclamation of the most serious import. Effective 22 May 2006 at midnight Molossian Standard Time, our nation is at war with the nation of Mustachistan.
We do not have an army or an air force here in the Republic of Molossia, but we do have a navy. Despite the fact that we're in the desert, our navy is composed almost entirely of inflatable kayaks, and we deploy it on a regular basis, primarily up to Lake Tahoe, which is over the border in the U.S., about 35 miles away. This one is from the Mustachistan War down here, and then I used to have one that I wore all the time for the East German War.
Our cause is just and our goals are worthy. We will triumph, and we will bring peace to this region again. God bless you, and long live Molossia.
Welcome to Norton Park, and in the center is the mighty Molossia Railroad. Wonder of modern technology. Nothing but the best. Yay. Molossia's national currency is called the Valora, which means valuable in our second language, Esperanto. It is not based on something worthless like gold or silver or platinum. No, it's on the cookie dough standard. Molossia does have a very unique national sport. It's called broomball, and it's the sport without any rules. The actual games, if they can be called that, don't last very long because it's kind of hard to play a sport that you don't know when you're supposed to end. Who wins? And we are very proud of our space program. If you launch this rocket, that's right, we'll make you an honorary Molossian space cadet. All right. We are really lacking in natural resources, kind of a desert nation. We have a lot of dirt and a lot of rocks, that's about it. So I guess the main thing that sustains our economy is tourism. Molossia!
It is my first international passport stamp officially out of the country in my state. Right there.
In the U.S., there is a lot of division, especially in recent years. And honestly, smaller is better. Ultimately, smaller countries are happier. They get along better. And I think that could definitely be something to put away in the toolbox and think about. We take our nation very seriously. We would love to have recognition from the established nations of the world, but we're also realistic and we understand that's probably not going to happen. And so we have fun. What defines Molossian culture would be imagination and creativity. We love our little nation. And
crazy.
Wow. Family Guy did an episode like this.
Yeah.
I want to hear Mustachistan's side. I also am pretty sure we could conquer them.
I was thinking that the whole time. I'm like, 35 people? We got more than that in Badlands. We could take them.
You also got to wonder if they got some seriously like messed up like sex thing going on there.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
Probably. They're also at war with East Germany.
What happens if we go there and try and occupy it? Does the United States government come in and save them?
Well, they don't recognize them as a country.
The UN peacekeepers would come in, and the blue helmets would come.
Helmets.
And then USAID would start sending money to Molossia. Yeah.
Does the passport stamp, is that like a debasing a passport type of felony kind of thing?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like I'm shocked. Like it looked like I saw the NBC logo on this. Like was this an NBC thing? Like I can't believe nobody went after this guy for,
I don't know. I wonder,
defrauding the State Department, right?
Well, that's what. Yeah, I wonder if he's like, is he paying taxes? Is he doing any of that stuff that the government would go after you for when you declare your own nation, but they don't recognize you as one?
Really good point.
But this is their laws here. Detonating any nuclear device inside the nation will result in a 500 Valora fine and about $400. It is against the law to play percussion instruments inside of bathrooms, and sunshine is guaranteed for all. This is
it's my place.
Seem like they've been microdosing mushrooms, but not like Brian's mushrooms, the real ones.
Yeah.
Damn! Wow.
You were listening, huh?
I'm always listening.
Una Panuna Banca wrote their national anthem.
Una Panuna.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's what we do. We buy a town and then we do what they did. We got to follow the same blueprint, declare ourselves a sovereign nation.
Badlandia.
Hell yeah.
I am totally in on this plan. I will be the lawyer.
Win the lottery.
I'll
Powerball.
fight all the legal battles.
Yeah, or a lawsuit.
That town is just as real as the rest of our government. So
Can we bring back decision by duel?
Ooh.
Yes.
We need to.
Was that a thing here?
What's that?
Was that a thing here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They outlawed it. They outlawed it I believe, in the late 1790s. They outlawed it.
Really?
That's how Alexander Hamilton was killed.
Yeah.
In
It was
duel.
illegal by the time that happened. He died, I think, in 1803. But yeah, by then it was illegal.
yeah, well, Colorado
it was-
didn't
it was
join the
illegal
nation
when-
until 1876, and they were still shooting
illegal.
people up until that.
When
point.
Hamilton and Burr dueled, it was illegal.
Yeah, Burr had to go into hiding for like 16 days because he killed Hamilton, and then Jefferson, because Burr was the vice president, and then Jefferson pardoned him.
Nice.
I didn't know that. Oh well, I still want to bring back dueling. People would be a lot more polite to one another if you could just slap them with the white glove. And
I mean, hey, he agreed to it. He agreed to the duel, so you fuck around and find out.
that's exactly my point. If you agree to it, then sure. And if you don't agree to it, you're a bitch.
He shot
Or
first
you just
and
shouldn't make those
admit.
claims.
Right,
Great
exactly.
deterrent.
Yeah.
My mind is blown right now. This whole
Really?
conversation. Yeah. You want to bring back
Or
dueling?
you're anti-duel,
Hell yeah, I want to bring back dueling.
John? You're anti-duel?
What depends on the duel? Like,
I think we
A
need to think
consensual
more
duel.
about dueling.
I mean, dude, Alexander Hamilton was killed by the vice president by the sitting vice president of the United States. That's like never discussed, but that's a fact.
Here.
Dick
Yeah.
Cheney almost did that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, like dueling wise, my concern is I'm not a great shot, but I am very stubborn, and I feel like I would get in a few duels. And so, is there a duel we can do without resulting in death? Because then
Like
I'm
a
totally
Nerf
for
duel?
Like Nerf guns,
I'm good at Nerf gunning.
paintball.
A paintball duel.
I don't think that would have the same deterrent effect.
Right. That takes away the deterrent. The whole deterrent is that you're gonna fucking die if you talk
Remove-
shit.
You
Remove
could
the
get better
problem.
at shooting things.
Yeah, I could.
You could Rochambeau them for it.
Ooh,
that's even worse.
Rochambeau is definitely a thing.
That's way worse.
I'll be down with that.
No.
Yeah, that's where you spread your legs and you let the other guy kick you as hard as he can between.
As long as you go first, you win.
Yeah.
Right in the junk.
Oh, whatever. We're not
I
getting
think a
duels
society
back,
that duels is a much politer society.
Polite? An armed
Yeah.
society is a polite society.
Our government was
And if
more
duel-
legitimate back then.
If
think.
dueling were normalized, we would not have as many pedophiles, I don't think.
Somebody said, bring that Norwegian gypsy said, bring that ruler on Badlands for an interview. Let's get him on the show.
That would be awesome.
It would be.
And it would be fun to do a guard there.
That would be fun. Dude, I'm 100% in on a guard
Yeah.
there.
They don't have the
International
facilities though.
Up to that guy, but
It'd be like
don't underestimate
300 people in his basement.
Yeah.
Do a micro gart, whatever they're able to support.
that.
Yeah. Somebody wants to reach out.
Maybe they have tax breaks in Valora.
I don't know if there's any travel restrictions. What's the tariffs, the exchange rate? This is crazy.
What's the the Valora? What's
Tariff that guy?
I'm looking for some contact info. I don't even know if they have a website. Oh, they do.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Pull that up on the screen. Oh shit, they do.
Why does he have the German flag on there?
They're at war with East Germany.
Really? Based.
Yeah.
And Mustachistan.
And it's kind of funny what his reasoning for it is. The Republic of Molossia claims to be at war with the former communist state of East Germany, alleging that they are responsible for military drills performed by Kevin Baugh while stationed in the U.S. military in West Germany, and therefore are also responsible for his resulting diagnosis of sleep deprivation. While East Germany formally ceased to exist in 1990 following the treaty on the final settlement of with respect to Germany, Molossia argues that Ernst Thälmann Island, dedicated by Fidel Castro to Weimar German politician Ernst Thälmann and given to East Germany, as well as its lack of mention in the treaty on the final settlement or by the nation of Cuba, is therefore still East German land, allowing the war to continue.
This guy holds a grudge.
They have 35 people.
I respect that. Wait. The flag, it says the flag is the flag of Sierra Leone flipped over.
This guy's like really creative, but also not creative at all. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I want to be this guy's friend.
Okay, I want to go back to the website. There's got to be like a phone number.
He banned
Contact
plastic
us.
bags like Jared Polis did, though.
Let's call him now.
Yeah,
His address is a Nevada.
It's not late on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's only like 8 o'clock in Nevada. Let's call him.
Yeah, maybe we can get a number
It's
for it.
Nevada.
It's Nevada.
Okay.
Does he have his cell phone number posted online?
Why is the address in Nevada?
That's what I just said. Like he's
Oh,
got his
sorry.
Nevada, USA address.
That's a little disappointing.
Oh, there is a phone number.
They don't
Call
have a
it.
post office.
Oh, let's call him. Call him.
I don't even know what I'd say.
We want to
Let's
have
find
a.
out.
We want to know if they can support an event.
We want to form an alliance.
We have over 11,000 prospective visitors watching you right now, like listening. What do you have to say? This is diplomacy.
I think it's a fair question to ask what size event they can support in Molossia. Should we want to have an event in Molossia?
Yes.
Tell him you are live on the air right now with over 11,000 people, and we would like to host an event and bring revenue to your country.
And are you accepting applications for citizenship?
And can we duel?
Google Maps has that address as a Molossian government office. It's like
really
the symbol for a government office. Yeah.
No way.
Are we aiding and abetting insurrection?
Isn't there a way for me to be able to call people and so everybody can hear it?
Yeah, you have a roadcaster.
Yes, but we don't have to be mean to this great man.
I can call him. I can call him on my
Don't
phone.
you dare be mean to him.
No, put it on
be mean to
speaker.
him.
Just put it on speaker.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to try to embarrass the guy.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that actually wants to host a GART in Molossia? Because I think
I'm
it would
down
be
if they have the
fun.
facilities. I feel like
Right, so let's
I can
do
already
it.
feel myself getting in trouble though with Mrs. Bright by like
We're not
making
committed to the
plans.
time. We're just gathering information, doing due diligence for Mrs. Bright.
Mrs.
Maybe-
Bright, are you in the chat right now?
Maybe we
doubt
could do a GART Tahoe and just travel there for the
All right,
field
John,
trip?
you ready?
Yeah. Are we really gonna do this?
Yeah, it said they're closed, so they might be closed, but let's give it a shot.
It's Friday night. Maybe he's.
Hi there, this is the First Lady of Molossia. If you're interested in a tour, please email the president at president@molossia.org. Is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hi.
I've never spoken to a president before.
This is John with Badlands Media, and
No,
we're
I
live
hung
right
up.
now.
I hung up.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah, you took too long, bro.
you shouldn't have told me. I would have
thought you
talked
were
for
gonna
like
say something.
3 minutes.
Well, we got scared, man, having to talk to.
That was a little intimidating. Yeah.
It's intimidating. Well, no, it's okay. I can just,
President at
I can send him an email.
Molossia.org.
Hi there, this is the First Lady of Molossia. If you're interested in a tour,
No,
please email the president at
hold on.
president@molossia.org.
Hang on.
What? You got to prepare what you're going to say?
No, but
I hung up.
how am I get?
Before you
How am I
talk
going to
to the
have them
president,
reach back
yes.
out to me without giving them my number? And I don't want to give my number live right now.
Fair.
Email.
Info at
Email.
badlandsmedia.org.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could put the email out there.
I'll send them an email and be like, hey, you should come on a show with us sometime and talk about
Sovereignty.
Just diplomacy in general.
Sovereignty.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Dugan.
by the way, yeah, that would be awesome. A person named Jamie in my chat on Telegram just sent me a YouTube link with the trailer to the film that inspired Molossia, and it's starring Peter Sellers, who is fantastic. So
Is that what's in the chat here?
Yep.
Yes, watch it.
Here's the funniest war ever waged. The war that had to be lost to be won.
Fine thing. The United States and the Grand Duchy of Fenwick are at war, and it takes the FBI to find out about it.
The United States invaded by the smallest country in the world.
Hey, see that big building?
Well,
I saw it first. It's mine.
The Mouse That Roared, the film that united the nations in roars of laughter. Starring an hilarious new personality, Peter Sellers, in 3 gloriously funny roles. Peter Sellers as the noble statesman.
There isn't a more profitable undertaking for any country than to declare war on the United States and to be defeated.
Peter Sellers, fearless leader.
Men of Fenwick, when you hear the name of Grand Fenwick, do your hearts swell with pride?
Yes!
And if your country calls, will you rush to enlist?
No! Peter Sellers as the Grand Duchess.
Do give my love to your president, will you? And Mrs. Coolidge, too.
See this man of many parts and the woman in his life who opens her arms to this lovesick, seasick man of war.
You can turn around right now and kiss me if you want to.
Really?
Really?
Oh.
Meanwhile, back in Grand Fenwick, the happy citizens prepare to welcome the victorious American army. But little do they know the tragic truth.
Well, Your Grace, I know it'll come as a surprise, a pleasant one, I hope, but we sort of won.
Sort of what? We guarantee that this is the funniest motion picture ever to come out of the Duchy of Grand Fenwick. You read about the big splash it made in the Saturday Evening Post. Here's what some of the world's keenest and most objective minds have said about The Mouse That Roared.
That's pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
There's got to be so many movies that have no idea exist that are just like that. Probably incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know
Did you guys ever see The Great Race?
Seen Rat Race.
Mm-mm. Let's see if I can find a trailer.
Great.
That trailer reminded me of it.
Did you watch the Accountant 2 trailer, Chris?
I have not watched it yet.
Oh,
There's a sequel?
yeah, it's like coming out in 2 months or something, April.
Huh.
Ben Affleck in it?
Yep.
Whoa.
And his brother. They're back. I guess we could play it.
Is Matt
Nice.
Damon in it?
That trailer reminds me, or made me think, we should definitely be the Grand Duchy of Badlandia, not just Badlandia, but the Grand Duchy.
Why is that?
I don't know. It just makes it sound more official and in Prussian, really.
I'm down for whatever. Okay, here's the Accountant 2.
What's the difference between dressy casual and business casual?
Both mean leave your cargo shorts and flip-flops at home.
I don't own cargo shorts. You don't own flip-flops. Anything else?
Don't wear your black suit. It makes you look like a mortician.
Lord, my path has gone astray. I'm just trying to find my way. Now that you have gone away,
Why'd you ask if he was having money problems?
I'm just trying to find my way.
Does that make you nervous?
You're an escaped convict, trained by mob accountants. Your clients are drug cartels, money launderers.
Is that a yes?
Ray King has been murdered. Do you like puzzles, Mr. Wolf?
I need your help to finish the job you started. What are you doing?
Waiting for you to finish.
So you can.
Do what I need to do.
You were never meant to see.
What do you want?
Hello, it's me, your brother.
You can't tell from the tone of my voice that I know it's you.
Can you be in Los Angeles, California in 24 hours?
Goodbye.
Braxton?
All those things inside of me.
Is your brother up to speed on the case?
A Fed, huh?
Need to know who Ray King was meeting with.
Let me do the talking.
I'm just trying to find my way.
He's him more than I thought.
I work for a government agency. I don't torture people.
We didn't.
Why would Ray meet with someone who killed all these people?
She didn't kill all those people.
How do you know that? No.
You often confess to capital murder?
I actually didn't say anything.
I'd have been to every place.
This is it, huh? Living on a lunchbox.
It's quite comfortable.
I'd have been to every
I spent years looking for you. Do you not miss me because of me, or is it your condition?
I'm just me.
I have made a great mistake.
To go over the plan again?
Plan? You get these ideas in your head. Good for you. Let's get ourselves killed.
I can feel them company.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find my way.
We'll see. Chris, I have a question for you. I rewatched The Accountant again. I know you guys just did this on Story Hour, and I didn't catch your full episode. I actually stopped watching your episode to go watch the movie because I forgot how good it was. But am I understanding correct? At the end of the movie, when they have the girl with like autism or whatever on the computer, like that's the one giving him his missions and stuff, right? Okay, that's just wild, crazy.
Yeah, the girl that he like grew up with.
Yeah,
who was in the autism house,
but has like the best computer ever or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder where she got that thing. Well, I guess he must have got it for her. Or
oh yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, because remember, they found at some point in the movie that he gives like $1 million a year to that to that house.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, random question. I just need to confirm it.
So I like that it's him and his brother in this, because in the first one, him and his brother was kind of a strange plot line for me. It wasn't fully formed. I mean, I only watched it once. I didn't like analyze it, right? But it was at the end where it's spoiler, where it's him and his brother, and that's the reason that what's that guy's name?
John Bernthal.
Yeah.
No, the one that hired him. The one that hired the brother.
Oh,
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow. Thank you. At that whole point, it was, it was kind of like a twist surprise ending, but I felt like there was so much more to be explored in the storyline with that. So looks like they'll do that in the second one. I'll see it.
Yeah. If you watch the movie again though, a second time, knowing that they're brothers,
it's more
helps a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. And we did probably ruin this for a lot of people.
It's older, isn't it?
I mean,
Around
once
long
it's,
enough.
done on Story Hour, it's fair game.
Yeah.
Totally. That movie's like 9 years old.
Yeah.
I think it was 2016.
Yeah, that's pretty old.
Oh, is that recent? I didn't realize it was that recent.
Might have been.
I thought it was. I thought it was older, but yeah.
What's the next movie you guys are doing on Story Hour, Chris?
Oh, what is it? It's my selection, and it's I
No
totally
pressure.
forgot.
Chat, don't help him.
No, don't help me. I'll get it. I can't remember. Oh, The Social Network.
Oh, that's right. I heard that.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
a good
be
one.
cool. Yeah,
It's very timely.
Yeah. Well, we try to like, I mean, I don't know what BB does. I think he does the same thing I do. I kind of think about like where we are and what I see coming in the next few weeks. And I try to think of something that's going to like at least have some relevance.
Yeah, that's smart. They're coming out with a Frozen 3 for those who are curious. My kids told me that today. Comes out in 2027.
That's a while away.
Yeah, my girls will be all about that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys watched The Apprentice yet?
Yes, the movie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you like
There's
it?
the movie.
It was more interesting than I thought it would be, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, it was
You
more
haven't
interesting than I
seen
thought it'd be. I mean, yeah, it definitely had a stronger start than I expected. And then of course it got into like there was like some slanderous elements to it about Trump, but it definitely piqued my interest about Roy Cohn, which is what
Cool.
we did. We did that on Book of Trump last week with Zach. So
Is that out now?
what's that?
It was out like a few months ago.
It was,
You
okay.
can just get it on the streamers now, or at least on like Apple. Did you guys, when you were doing the Roy Cohn thing, did you go through the McCarthy hearings?
Yes, we did.
That is so cool, man. That's so interesting. That's
Yep. And the fact that he beat out RFK for the job. Yeah. And so like him and RFK like didn't like one another. And then like Roy Cohn was the one who introduced Trump to Roger Stone, Paul Manafort, like all these people who came back and were like a big part of the Trump presidency. I mean, it's pretty wild.
I actually don't have any idea what the hell you guys are talking about.
So Trump's lawyer who like got him into lawfare and taught him all about lawfare was this guy named Roy Cohn, who was who's known for being like a mob lawyer. He was the lawyer for John Gotti, for Tony Salerno. Yeah, that's him. Vincent Galanti. So like these really big mobsters. He was their lawyer, and he taught Trump how to be like a badass in the courtroom.
He just looks like a mobster lawyer. Like he has the look.
And so Joseph McCarthy picked him to be the lead counsel in the like the Red Scare, like when they hunted down all the communists.
Yeah.
And so he's responsible for prosecuting and convicting the last people who were ever convicted of treason and executed for it, the Rosenbergs, who were a couple from Russia who like the husband joined the army, was in signal intelligence, and then used his position in the army to relay information back to Russia.
What do we call it when Trump does this? Because we can't call it the Red Scare when he's hunting communists. What are we going to call it?
That's a good question.
The Rainbow Scare.
The Rainbow Scare. Yeah. But
like
but Cohn, there's so many like little tidbits, like little signal things that Zach and I were talking about, where he like taught Trump how to do like offense, never apologize. If the government sues you, you countersue the government for like $100 million. Yeah. So all the stuff like how to beat the government in a courtroom, Roy Cohn taught Trump how to do that.
That's amazing. I can't believe I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah. It's
really,
it's
where we got to find the clip. Ghost, do you have the clip handy where they're in the McCarthy hearings?
I don't, but I'm sure I can pull it up. Let me see.
I got to try to find this.
Is there any specific clip that you're?
John's like, I'm itching to find something.
Man, I got to. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to describe it to you in a way that would help you find it. It would be McCarthy, Cohn, and hearings, maybe.
I mean, you got a few of them up. I just don't know which one you want me to play.
Hold on.
And so, like, another really interesting thing about him that I would assume that Trump probably picked up from him was he had something called a favor bank, where he would like do favors for people, and then he would expect them to do favors for him later. I mean, obviously, he learned that probably from the mob. But you would think that Trump probably picked that up from him. And that's probably how Trump has done this whole quote unquote plan Like, he doesn't have to read people into it. He just has to get people to do favors for him at key moments, right?
Yeah.
Should I
And
try
vice
one of these?
versa.
Yeah,
Yeah, go to go to the top one, I would say. Or this one would work.
Or you meant the other top one?
No, just any of those have, decency.
May I say that Mr. Wells talks about this being cruel and reckless. He was just baiting. He has been baiting Mr. Cohn here for hours, requesting that Mr. Cohn, before sundown, get out of any department of the government anyone who is serving the communist cause. Now, I just give this man's record, and I want to say, Mr. Welch, that it has been labeled long before he became a member, as early as 1944.
Senator, may we not drop this? We know he belongs to the Lawyers Guild. And Mr. Cohn nods his head at me. I did you, I think, no personal injury, Mr. Cohn. No, sir. I meant to do you no personal injury. And if I did, I beg your pardon. Let us not assassinate this lad further, Senator. You've done enough. Have you no sense of decency, sir? At long last, have you left no sense of decency?
I know this hurts you, Mr. Welch.
I just have no sense of context of what they're doing here. But
so basically, like what happened with this whole situation is that Cohn was just very, very ruthless, and he was known for like taking things too far with like presenting evidence and stuff. And he was accused by people like Alan Dershowitz of fabricating evidence. And so basically the whole McCarthy stuff fell apart because eventually, I don't know if it was Cohn or other lawyers, but they eventually got caught kind of like basically framing people for communism. And so it all became like fruit of the poisonous tree. Like if they were doing this to one person, maybe they were doing it to everyone. And so even people who were clearly guilty, like Dershowitz said, the Rosenbergs were definitely guilty of treason against the United States, but he accuses Cohn of framing them in the specific case they brought against him. So that's probably what they're talking about here with the decency thing.
Well, so this guy Welch, I think, is an attorney who's protecting members of the army from these accusations from McCarthy.
Mm.
And he was going after like a young, I can't remember. It's been so long since I watched this, but I think like a young staffer or something who was accused, and he's saying, why are you going after this guy? Have you no sense of decency?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that episode of Book of Trump.
Yeah. The other thing he said, John, was I don't care about the law. I don't care what the law says. Tell me who the judge is. He says he told Trump it's way more important to know who the judge is in any case. That's how you build a strategy. And then you think about how during the Trump era, we have really gotten to know like judges and how judges have become a really big deal to Trump. And Trump's talked about having good judges is the most important part of like having a good legal system. So that seems like it's all connected.
Didn't Chutkin just get brought back in? Didn't she just issue a TRO on another one of Trump's actions?
She just got one of his cases.
Yeah.
It was assigned to her docket. Was it the USAID case?
I think it was
the USAID case. I just saw that tonight. And they were going to have a hearing today. I don't know how that hearing turned out.
Let me see if I can find it.
You want to know what Trump said about Roy Cohn in Art of the Deal? So he met him at Le Club when Trump first started building a name for himself in New York. He said, I learned a lot about Roy during that period. He was a great lawyer when he wanted to be. He could go into a case without any notes. He had a photographic memory and he could argue the facts from his head. When he was prepared, he was brilliant and almost unbeatable. However, he wasn't always prepared. Even then, he was so brilliant that he could sometimes get away with it. Unfortunately, he could also be a disaster. And so I would always question Roy very closely before a court date. If he wasn't prepared, I'd push for a postponement. I don't kid myself about Roy. He was no Boy Scout. He once told me that he'd spent more than 2/3 of his adult life under indictment on one charge or another. That amazed me. I said to him, Roy, just tell me one thing. Did you really do all that stuff? He looked at me and smiled. What the hell do you think? He said. I never really knew.
Wow.
He's also gay and hated like
he did die of AIDS in 1986. Yes.
Yeah. He in Art of the Deal, Trump says he was gay.
Yeah. Yep. And what's amazing is he obviously played a really big role in like some pretty major events in the 20th century. But he always said his number one achievement, his greatest achievement, was being Donald Trump's personal lawyer, and he loved Trump. And that was one thing that I think the filmmakers in that movie really accurately captured.
Cool.
You have to check that out. But yeah, I gotta imagine this Chutkin. She's gotta recuse herself, you'd think. I mean, she won't, but in a normal constitutional republic like this, you'd think they would. Crazy. Anyway, I guess think we should start going through rants or something.
Yeah, just quickly, did you guys see that the ACLU wants to go to Guantanamo Bay? I say we let them.
Fuck that.
Yeah, put them in there and throw away the key.
Right? They can go there. They're just not leaving.
What do they want to? They want to go like investigate?
They want access to the migrants to make sure that they're being treated with the appropriate civil liberties or whatever.
Sure. Go down there.
Okay.
Oh, it's the case on whether or not Elon Musk can preside over Doge.
Yeah. We'll probably talk a little bit about that stuff tomorrow on the Power Hour, I'd imagine. Some of those cases and the debates that we're heading towards. Valseco 16, I'm the most grateful of moderator. Sneak in some Bannon. You got any Bannon stuff for us? Chris?
Me? Like stuff that he's done that I found interesting?
Sure.
Yeah, he always does. I don't have anything in particular.
You think he's a cheat code? You said the other day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. I think that he's like constantly on signal and knows things that we don't know. And I think he just drops them casually into conversation if you know how to listen to him. Maybe I'm retarded. I don't know.
Well, we all are.
I like it.
Okay.
Head of the writer's room.
Who's that with again?
That interview?
Yeah.
It was like with GB News. The kind of I don't know, like the independent conservative upstart news station from Nigel Farage in the UK.
I do like his perspective on like we need a special prosecutor to go in and go do it all over, go all the way back to 2016, the Russiagate stuff, and show us everything where it went wrong along the way.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool to see, even though we wouldn't see anything for like 3 years.
Did you see the Glenn Beck clip on Patrick Bet David saying that we're going to get the Epstein list in less than 10 days? Me and Ash played it at the end, and he's saying Rumble ranted it to us.
I think the way I understood that clip is he was saying that because that's when he thinks Kash Patel was going to be confirmed, and Kash Patel said that's like going to be one of the first things he did.
Fair
Agreed.
enough.
That's what I said. Yeah.
That's probably right. And when Patrick Bet David said, what's your source? And he said, I can't tell you. It's probably just, kind of feeding into the fodder.
Did you say Dennis Prager and Patrick Bet David?
Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck. Oh, like same, I guess.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get the JFK files though soon this week. They turned them into Trump, the plan or whatever, to release them on Friday, last Friday.
That's going to be a rug.
Well, it depends what you mean.
I don't think we're going to learn anything new from what's going to get released initially.
Yeah. We've been saying that though, so our audience won't get rugged. I don't think.
What's initially?
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I think there might be more documents that end up turning up later. Dude, they misclassify shit all the time. They'll put, who was it that we had on that we were talking about this, where they'll put fucking documents on the JFK assassination in the Martin Luther King Jr. file, or something more obscure than even that, and you'll never see it. Like the idea that these people, this is what we were talking about on Badlands Daily, where these judges come in and give these TROs, these temporary restraining orders, and the law that you have to give Congress 30 days notice before you fire an inspector general. It's literally allowing the government to cover up all the fucking shit that they do. That's all it is. And the classified files, the idea that the government is going to be like, oh, well, you finally caught us. Here you go. Here's all the files that we, the CIA perpetrated it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. The one thing that gives me a little more hope that they're not messing around is they did disclose they found 2,400 documents they didn't have before. It's more progress than we made.
Sure.
At least we're told,
Yeah, I think.
Are they going to unredact everything though?
What?
Are they going to like unredact everything?
Anna Paulina Luna is going to do that. Yeah.
But I'm saying like all the files they've already released that are all redacted is like, are they going to go back and take the black tape off so we can see what is written underneath? Like that seems important, right?
We'll see. Trump said it's time we knew. So we'll see. He's been keeping pretty much every other campaign promise.
Yeah, I think the idea that they can delete records at this point, I don't believe that. First of all, the internet's forever. Second of all, Brian and I talked about this tonight too. They just found the U.S. Army had a footprint in the Mesa County images, or in some election system in Colorado. I think it's the Mesa County images.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I tagged you in that. But we covered it tonight on Why We Vote. Peter Berniger came out with it that there's in a secret folder, and the identifying information is the U.S. Army.
Fort
Net
Huachuca.
Command something. Do you remember what that was, Brian?
It was Netcom, Fort Huachuca.
Where's that at?
And then Berniger posted Emerald Robinson's election thread where she said that the DOD has had all this since 2020 and they've been waiting for the phone call, and that they're still waiting for that phone call.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, a little bit. We have it all.
Process.
I will say this though, in regards to the JFK files, Trump's interview with Napolitano before or just after he left office in 2021, that gives me a little bit of hope that maybe we will actually get some shit out of this.
Yeah, we'll see. What we got? Valseco 16. I've tried microdosing. It's uncontrollable. I gave up after a week. Brian,
I've been doing it wrong apparently because I'm not doing psilocybin, so yeah, I don't know what to tell you. All I know is today.
What were you microdosing?
Like it's not. I didn't call it microdosing. They called it microdosing.
You did call it microdosing.
No, I did not.
Heard you.
They called it microdosing, and I was like, sure, it's a 3/4 of a teaspoon that goes in my coffee. I guess that's microdosing. So I said, yeah, sure.
Okay.
I said I didn't take my mushrooms this morning.
Mm-hmm. Are we sure? Because I can fact.
I think we should play that back.
Let's go back and play it.
No. We don't need to do that.
Yeah, we don't need to. Everybody can go back and do it.
Ash is right. John is right. I'm right. Gordon is right. Can't count.
I'm always wrong.
No, just this time.
It's like the Lego house.
Wait, sorry.
Oh,
I was trying to listen to both sides. I think I have it here.
John and I did 2 hours this morning. Then I did my show for 3 hours. And Brian, I'm sure, did his. Brian's on like 18 streams a day. So
no, not tweaking. Like I just was
one past
class.
I think so. I don't remember the last time you're on, but very grateful you're here to be persisting.
All right.
The horror is us.
I just wanted to make sure that I could do 5 hours
back. Sorry, guys.
and still
I'm
get
just
more
letting
CanCon.
You did 5 hours of stream this already today?
Yeah, CanCon and I did 2 hours this morning. Then I did my show for 3 hours. And Brian, I'm sure, did his. Brian's on like 18 streams a day. So,
and he drinks wine.
I do drink wine.
Classy dude.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. This morning on Daily, I did not take my mushrooms this morning. See, I was fucking like out of it, man. I did not say microdose. No, not tweaking. Like I just wasn't there. Like did you notice that, Chris? Like I just felt off today. Like.
No, every time I watch, it seems like you're not there.
It's right after.
So.
Pretty much true too.
What kind of mushrooms are you taking, bro? In the morning?
I don't know. They're the ones. They're one of our sponsors, Pet Club.
Who brings up
microdose or do you macrodose?
Microdose. Okay.
Gordon said it. Brian's right.
Shit.
I did not say it. They said it, and I was like, okay, sure.
Damn it! I hate when Brian's right.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so rare. You can just
When
let
he's
him
got it, he's got it.
Nevada.
Yeah, you're not
Dude,
right on that.
By the way, Trump was definitely calling us out, Brian. when he said the Nevada thing, he was 100% calling
Did you
us
see
out.
what he's done with
In
Base
other words,
Book
Trump
Club?
is on my side on this thing.
Bro, the last 2 episodes of Base Book Club, he's made a reference to that same day.
That's pretty wild.
What? He's what?
So when me and Ash were covering him trying to evict a bunch of people out of an apartment, he literally, while we were live, was talking about evicting people out of Gaza. Then the next week, as we're getting ready to go live, he drops this post on Truth about bullies. And the chapter we were about, he literally has like 3 paragraphs about bullies, or 2 paragraphs or something.
So you guys were live at the same time, and he was talking about Gaza.
The first time, yeah.
So what's the
You're
theory behind
decoding
that?
Trump,
He's not
decoding
watching
you.
Base Book Club, guys. I'm not implying
Decoding Trump, decoding you.
Yes.
That is kind of what it feels like. Yeah, no, it was a nice symmetry on the Gaza thing, because the chapter was about his property at Central Park South, where he had a whole bunch of rent controlled tenants that didn't want to leave.
Palestinians?
And he had to use a whole bunch of different tactics to deal with the property. It ended up being a failure. He ended up not being able to get the people to move, but he learned a ton about dealing with residents who don't want to leave a specific place. So that
You
was
just tear it down and turn it into the Riviera.
well, he
They
wanted
have to leave.
to tear it down and put up a new building, but over time he learned that it was actually better to leave the building and just renovate it. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's
That is
actually
some
it's
good
one of my
symmetry.
favorite chapters of Art of the Deal, to be honest.
I like the way you described that much better than the way Brian described it. No offense, Brian.
Obviously, none taken. Look at that face.
Yeah, none taken,
Microdose,
sorry.
Nevada. We can just keep going. We can just keep going.
Micro Toolmaker, gear changing from Eye of the Storm to Liberty Den. Glad I'm driving an automatic. Where we go one, we go all. Thank you for that.
You're not really
Thank you, Micro Tool.
What was that?
Then you're not really gear changing if you're driving an automatic.
It's true. 12 Indie Boy, I'm not microdosing. I'm taking a micro deuce from this convo.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah.
I think everything he does is micro, considering how short he is. But
Is that
thank you
like
for the
you
rant time.
fart and you're like, I just shit a little? It's from a movie, isn't it? Isn't it like from like Along Came Polly, I think? Where the guy's like, oh, I think I just sharted. Oh, never mind.
I don't think so. I have no idea. Melindy, not going to lie, there needs to be more surrogate mothers provided they have tribe-like support. Or Elon-like support. Can you imagine his custody and child support situation? Like, I can't imagine. There's no way he has any custody of any of the kids except X, right?
Well, some of them are adults.
Are they that old?
I think so. Let me look it up.
Crazy. Keith O'Higgins, I think it's safe to say Elon has bored his way to a baker's dozen. Good timing by Ashley St. Clair to celebrate single motherhood during Black History Month. That's so good. Denise Antu, John, Brian, Chris, Gordon, Ash, my favorite group of Badlanders minus Patrick. There's a link here.
Judge Jock and the Gavel Bangers, baby.
Judge Jock. What is this?
By the way, the clip of Patrick speaking in the Indian accent last week was priceless. You really could just have Patrick read Ro Khanna's X feed and just make that a show. It probably would make the Rumble leaderboard every time.
For sure. PJ Corrigan, what? Chris Paul, Gordon McCormick, Brian Lupo, and Ash Epp all together on one show. This has got to be my favorite Liberty Den ever. Shut up and take my money. P.S. I like you as a friend, John. Thanks. Thank you for the rant.
He has
Cam
a 21-year-old, 20-year-old, and a 19-year-old.
Elon does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
One of them is a trans, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Cam Cooksey, 206 men, but first men is well worth it. I'm not gay no more. YouTube link. Got 2 videos people are wanting us to watch here. Oh, yeah, this one. Have you guys seen this clip?
No.
No? Okay, let me.
I don't think so.
How far in did he say? Yeah, let's.
That the Lord tonight has set you free. Yes, sir. Turn around and tell those people. Tell them, I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
I wasn't convinced by that yelling, but also why? What are you watching, Cam? Why are you finding this stuff? Valseco 16. Screen in. Patel Ghost, isn't that a wall guy, the one who owned Twitter and MBS arrested? Sure is.
Yes, that is the same one and the same.
Callan 7007. Love this every Friday night. Thank you. It's a good time. Keith O'Higgins. To Ash's point on congressional record, the record is open and doesn't require FOIA. That's why Matt Gaetz getting the Hunter Biden laptop content submitted was consequential and controversial. Is that accurate?
That the record is public, yeah.
Good point then, Keith. Cam Cooksey, first Badlandia compound buck. Ooh, there we go. $2 now. $1 for Keith O'Higgins too. Keith O'Higgins Ghost said oil money influence. There's a guy in Rikers selling baby oil influence. Patrick J17. John, can you baptize my son when you come to Vegas? Do I have that authority? I thought I can only do marriages. I probably would have had to pay like another $20 to get the baptism rider.
to get the baptism, to get the letter. Yeah. You got to pay for those letters, man, behind your name.
Yeah. I'll look into it.
I was just going through some papers yesterday and realized that my status as a reverend from when I married Patrick Gunnels and Ashley has expired.
Oh,
I'm no longer a holy man.
What?
That's unfortunate.
Yep.
I didn't realize that expired.
All on you now, John.
It's only a year.
No pressure. You only have a year? That's such a racket.
Yeah.
Like, just subscribe to our Reverend program. And
yeah.
Once a year.
You have to re-up your devoutness.
Yeah. You can pay monthly for $10 and be a Reverend, or if you subscribe for a whole year, it's only $100. Camel Hat Guy, with all the D's and R's, Rees are worried about Doge looking at their hush money slush funds. Yeah. They are freaking out. Valseca 16. I live in Southern Oregon. It's amazing and 100% Trump country. There we go. Maybe that was it Tiller or something.
So we're going to buy Southern Oregon and become the Goonies.
Or it's whatever the town in Southern Oregon was. Yeah, Tiller, Oregon. That's the one we got. But we can't have the school. That's one. It's a separate.
We can negotiate on the school.
Yeah. Texas Jules. We have a Badlandia task force on the ready. Oh, yeah, we do. That's a task force that's actually going to do something. Not Anna Paulina Lunas. Keith O'Higgins. I heard the first lady of Molossia was making chocolate chip cookies, and the International Monetary Fund accused her of currency manipulation. God, those one-liners, man, you're getting better. Cam Cooksey. John, ask him if he wants to form an alliance like Dwight K. Schrute. I do got to get in touch with him. PJD 3704. Actually, we're going to be in Vegas. Why don't we invite him to GART?
Oh, yeah. It's not very far, is it?
I don't know. That'd be funny, though. Just have him come and...
Tell him we'll grant him diplomatic immunity. He will have diplomatic immunity the entire weekend. He can do whatever he wants. Yeah.
Deal. PJD 3704. John's not only sagacious, but also sacerdotal. Did I say that word right? Sacerdotal? Sacerdotal? I've never heard that word before, but as well. I'm also retarded, apparently, because I don't know that word. A man of God. If I ever get married, I'm calling you. Deal. But only for like the next 9 or 10 months, because they expire by then. Patrick
Sacerdotal. Sacerdotal of or relating to priests or the priesthood.
Learn something new every day. Patrick J17. In 1987, a couple buddies and I went to Belize to set up a lobster business. We went to the White House and rang the bell and met the president. He was wearing flip-flops and tank top. What? Oh, the president of Belize.
To be fair, pretty much everybody in Belize wears flip-flops and a tank top. I did some work with the Ministry of Education down there. It's pretty wild.
Sweet.
Did you meet the president though?
No, just the Minister of Education.
Keith Higgins. The only surprise that a movie starring Ben Affleck and his mother is that Epidus syndrome isn't the title. Isn't the title? Julie Alberta 3. It dawned on me yesterday that big balls on Elon's Doge team is probably Barron Trump. I haven't seen from Barron in a while. Astro Emmy, great fun hangout. Thank you. Keith Higgins, if you investigate favor banks, investigate favor bank mergers, the J. Edgar Hoover Bank to the Rose Law Firm Clinton favor bank into the Epstein favor bank.
Yeah, favor banks for sure.
1027 JS, happy Friday. Thank you, Joe. Postal for Hope, Jefferson Morley on Tucker about JFK files. Is that recent?
I don't know.
Team Smooth, ACLU, welcome to the Hotel Guantanamo. I like it. Delilah is pronounced Fort Huachuca. Oh, I don't know what that's in reference to. Papa DB1.
The one that we were talking about, Brian. You said the fort.
Oh, the election one.
You're on mute, Brian.
No, you don't keep it that way. It's all good, bro.
Oh, that's why you guys have been ignoring me.
Were you talking?
Have you been talking this whole time?
I said a couple things. Like I corrected John on Oedipus because he doesn't know what Oedipus complex is.
Did I say it wrong?
Yeah.
You said Epidus.
Yeah.
Epidus.
Then it's just my.
But it didn't matter.
dyslexia.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's probably good.
Yeah, we were all going to let it go except for Brian.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh yeah, I just wrote that wrong. Whatever. But you can mute yourself again now. Thank you for your input. CanCon eating your beard, more mushroom coffee.
That is fact. Okay, back.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to be muted. Tweeter trash. Okay, I'll buy a rant to show you Epic City, Texas. You're gonna hate it. It's named Epic. Let's take a look.
While you're pulling that out, there are beard mushrooms in my beard.
For real?
Yeah. Dude, there's everything in my beard. Anytime I eat, Cash comes up and like licks my beard.
Is this a real thing? Okay, let's just do a little bit of it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and
okay, never mind.
He was about to speak English.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he's doing English.
Yeah, keep going.
sisters, I'm sure many of you have heard of the amazing project that we're doing known as Epic Cities. We are, alhamdulillah, constructing an entire city half an hour from downtown Dallas, literally 30 minutes from our own Plano Masjid over here. It's going to be a city of over 1,000 people. Alhamdulillah, we launched this website last year and we sold the entire phase 1 within days. Because of the demand, we are now opening up Epic Ranches. Epic Ranches is an exclusive opportunity for those who want to be within minutes of Epic City, but also want larger plots. We have 2 Epic Ranches. Epic Ranches 1 begins with 1 acreage and goes up to 5 acreage. And Epic Ranches 2 has plots of ½ acre and also investment opportunities for those who want to build condominiums. Brothers and sisters, this is a limited time opportunity. It is an amazing time to invest for the future, not only in yourselves, but of your children after you. We are, inshallah ta'ala, going to change the entire da'wah scene by demonstrating to the world what it means to be a Muslim living in the West. To talk about...
So it's only for Muslims?
I guess.
Maybe. Did you see when Modi was here yesterday? When the Indian reporters would ask, some of them, when they would ask questions, Trump would have to stop them and say, "I'm sorry, I can't understand a word. I can't understand a word you're saying," and would just have to move on to somebody else. Or there was another guy where he got the translator to translate the English into English.
That same thing happened with our boy Yuhu last week.
Yep.
What? Where somebody had to translate English into English?
I think somebody from Afghanistan.
Like, I can't tell what you're saying at all.
Yes,
that's right. Yeah,
that did happen. Yep.
Jackie Espada says, "I was the reason for Cam's video. You're welcome." I don't remember saying thank you, but Appreciate the rant. And Flaming Red Patriot, brain. This is for you. My doc put me on CBD for chronic pancreatitis. I am in constant pain. I ended up in ICU for 5 days having huge seizures. My brain hates that stuff. Is she trying to say Brian? Brian,
The first two might be Brian, and the last one actually is Brain.
My dad spelled my name Brain on my graduation, like card that he got me. So it's very possible.
Pancreatitis is no joke. It almost killed my mom. So I hope that you're doing well.
Absolutely.
Better.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. That's all the rants, though, guys.
John, I sent you a video in Telegram that I thought of it because of the video that you played, the church video before. Darren sent me the, and I think the guy that's not gay in church, this is probably him a little, maybe like 5-10 minutes later.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get it loaded into here. You think this will be good to like close out?
It's a good, it'll be a good outro. Yeah.
Okay, give me a second then.
Shout out to Darren, who goes by @VaccineWaters on X.
Okay, it's just loading. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in.
It's a good name.
Hit that thumbs up. Power Hour tomorrow night, 10:30. Me, Chris, and Patrick. I think that's all we have tomorrow for shows. We have like no Saturday afternoon. We need somebody to fill some time slots. But okay, the video's ready. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Chris, especially for it's been so long. Look forward to seeing you in another year. Okay, see you guys.
Bye, guys.
Later.
I feel the rain. 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 It's raining all over me. I'm moist. I'm moist. Call and response, I said I'm moist. I'm moist. Good God, I'm moist. I'm moist. Yes, I am. Rain all over me. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. Yes, I am. I'm saturated. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm damn. I'm damn. I'm damn. I'm damn. Lord, I'm damn. I'm damn. Oh Lord, I'm damn. I'm even wet. Wet all over for you, Lord. Wet. Lord, I'm wet. Will you open the floodgates? Sing! Open the floodgates.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. You want to go where people know people are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name.